Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Jerry Cage.
And this is his first time co-hosting. This is the first time he's going shotgun with me here. What's up, Jared?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Are you nervous at all?
I am nervous. Like I was trying to tell you earlier, I'm more nervous sitting here than I was sitting over there.
Oh, I promise you, Vokey's in Nebraska today driving back. When he listens to this, he's going to hear you say this. He's like, bitch.
Yeah. You better not, Vokey.
We have a returning guest of sorts. You might recognize Phoebe from our St. Patty's Day episode. She had a great story about booze clues, more or less. So, Phoebe Muldrow, how are you?
I'm good.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Yeah,
good
it's
to be
awesome
back.
you came in. I met you for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Jen had brought you in, and you told a story about waking up and not knowing where the hell you are after St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, by a toilet. Yeah,
By a toilet.
yeah, that's always
That's usually where we all end up.
That's where I end up all the time. I've all kinds of great stories in Pueblo about people passing out. My favorite being, this is a little vulgar, but my favorite being, my buddy Bob Nennix is massive, dude. He's big boy. He's a big old farm kid.
Compared to
He's probably, I don't know.
Thunderhide?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a big stout kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he picks the cow, moves it, kind of shit. But he got super drunk in his house. So I sit him on not the toilet, on the bathtub, and I put him over the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, so I'm like, good night, bro. I hear him screaming in the morning, who shit in the tub? Who shit in the tub?
Oh my god.
And I'm like, you sick bastard.
Funny.
Yeah, well, it's his tub, so we're all good.
Well, and it
my
was
tub.
him, too.
Yeah. So it's gonna itch when it dries, by the way, my friend. So,
Goodness.
did you find religion now, Jerry? Am I offended?
Yeah.
Shit jokes are shit jokes, man. I'm just kidding.
Phoebe, what do you do for a living, Phoebe?
Right now I work at Best Western Plus. I'm a guest room attendant, getting ready to move to front desk for a couple days a week. Yeah.
Is that the job to have, the front desk?
I've done a lot of customer service in my life, so no. But I think it's very rewarding, and we have we're like I was saying earlier, we're the #1 hotel in Colorado.
That's awesome.
So
that is awesome.
Yeah, TripAdvisor, Google, and one other like kayak or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, we're the destination. We're always really busy, but really high expectations. Taught me a lot of discipline too.
Sure.
So it's really
Nice.
cool. I'm having a lot of fun.
I literally drive by every day I go to work, and that parking lot is packed.
Yeah. Most of the time. Yeah.
It is a nice hotel. It is very nice.
How long you been there?
I've only been there coming up 9-10 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's your favorite job you've ever had?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know yet.
No?
I've worked, I think, probably Home Depot, just because of the way that they have the inverted pyramid, so their employees are on top and their CEOs are on bottom.
Right.
It's just like they really, really care about their people, and I had a couple times where I was really behind on rent and things like that, and they were like above and beyond helpful. I don't even know how to explain it. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
And I started off as a cashier, and then I moved to flooring, and you can move to any department you want. You can learn whatever department you want. They give you that freedom, and they give you the training immediately, and they're just really, really succinct. I really like Home Depot.
I seem to remember, I think it's Home Depot. If I'm getting this wrong, you can tell me in the comments. But when the COVID hit, I believe it's the CEO of Home Depot that gave up his salary to the employees.
Wow.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I'm almost positive it was Home Depot that he just didn't take a
Sounds
salary
like
for
it.
that year. You know what I mean? Just wherever you can use it kind of
Well,
shit.
according to her, that would sound about right.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is pretty neat. Did you see that thing that Russell posted about Buc-ee's?
No.
Yeah, he had like their pyramid of their pay scale.
Yeah.
And like an assistant food or deli manager was like 125,000
What?
to 175,000. Yeah, he's like, I'm way underpaid. I
Wow.
was like, holy cow.
You ever been to a Buc-ee's?
No, I haven't. I don't get the Buc-ee's thing.
I don't either. I don't. Have you?
I haven't been yet either.
Really?
Nope.
That surprises me. You haven't made that trip.
Thanks, Larry. It surprises me you haven't been. Just because of the barbecue sandwiches.
That's right. I get my sandwiches here. I'm just saying, you're that guy. trying all the hot new stuff. This is Jerry Cage, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That wasn't dirty, by the way. It sounded dirty. It might be a little true, but it wasn't. That's not how I meant it. So.
Maybe a little bit.
Hey, before we go any further, guys, hey, welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. What we do is bring on a guest. This guest is going to tell 3 stories about their life. Now, here's the kicker. When 2 of these stories are true, one's either borrowed, made up, or it's an embellished story. Embellished story.
You're going to do a lot of editing on this one.
I'm going to do a shitload of editing on this one. All me. Usually it's you and me when we're together on this thing. I got to start cutting shit out, Phoebe, because we don't need that kind of heat. But at the end of the podcast, me and my man Jerry here are going to try and guess which one is not the true story. You feeling confident, bro?
I'm confident. I'm ready.
Yeah?
I'm gonna get it on the first time.
All right. Phoebe, are you ready to tell some stories?
I am.
All right. You want to read them off there, Jerry?
Sure.
Can you read my writing, my chicken scratches?
I can't, but good thing I read the text.
Thank you.
I'm assuming it's fifth in harmony?
Fifth harmony.
Fifth harmony.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have.
Okay, no, so I misread it then.
Fifth harmony.
The music group.
Fifth harmony. Oh, okay.
Yeah, with Camila Cabello, Normani.
Gotcha.
He's like, he has no idea who those people are. He's got no clue.
I know.
Yeah.
By the way,
Moving on.
I only edit my mistakes. Nobody else's. You all look like assholes. I just edit my stuff out.
I'm going to remember that.
We're going to look terrible.
I'm going to put that in my memory.
I'm not pregnant. And betrothed.
Betrothed. Job.
It's Larry's. It's
my handwriting.
Yeah.
It's always going to be your fault.
When I start writing stuff, it looks like I have a seizure halfway through. Sometimes it's bad, dude.
Sometimes I'll switch. I'll start writing in just normal, and then I'll start writing in all caps, or switch to cursive or something. It happens.
Well, at least you can. A lot of people can't even write cursive.
I know they don't teach it. They don't teach it anymore.
It's crazy.
Are you good at cursive?
I relatively.
Yeah.
My signature is not super great, but
yeah. Mine looks like I'm a doctor. So. All right. Well, Jerry, your first time running shotgun, brother. Why don't you pick a story out?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to?
No, I put it in the order I was going to tell it, but that works great. I love that. No, I love that.
All right.
Okay, so we'll screw it all up.
I'm so excited.
Let's do the
betrothed.
I can't roll my R's. I don't speak Spanish.
Betrothed.
Sound it out.
Promised. Arranged marriage.
Yes.
What have you. So when I was getting ready to be born, my parents were looking for baby names, and my mom was like, she called me her gift because she asked for me, like she really, really wanted me, and she finally got pregnant with me, and it was a big thing to them. And they also wanted me to have, like, part of my culture in my name as well. They had a friend who was African. His name was David Mpora, and he had a 3-year-old son at the time. His name was Jonathan. We called him Jojo. And they helped name me. So my middle name, like I was telling you earlier, is Zawadi, which means gift in Swahili. There's a phrase. Yeah, there's a phrase Zawadi ya Mungu, which means gift of or from God. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. There was going to be a couple, like 3 or 4 cattle for my dowry. Was going to be my for my hand in marriage.
I'm not gonna laugh because I don't know what the exchange rate is.
Larry's like, it's gonna take more than 3 cattle.
It should take more than 3, but a dowry is what you got. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, that was something that they had decided that I was going to be. Obviously, it didn't go through, but yeah.
So an arranged
marriage. Yeah.
Is this here in the States?
Yeah,
okay.
I lived in, I believe it was St. Louis at the time.
Okay.
No, I lied to you. Denver.
Okay.
Yeah, like Lakewood, Arvada area.
So you're Swahili descent, and that's
from my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the.
He's also, but he wasn't born in Africa or anything like that. But I actually did. I did a 23andMe thing.
Yeah.
And whether that's real or not, there's so much out there, but I kind of believe it, especially with my last name and stuff. I've done a lot of research, and so is my brother too. We've all been really looking, and what was the point? Sorry. can't remember what I was saying.
Your culture,
lineage.
Your
Yeah.
heritage.
So I found out that I am Nigerian.
Nice.
Like West Congolese, West African, to be specific. And then on my mom's side, I am British, German, Irish, and French.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's also, it's all broken down in percentages and
I've
stuff.
done it.
Cool. That's so cool.
Have you done it, Jerry?
I haven't.
Because he's adopted.
I'm scared.
Because he's adopted.
I'm scared to find my real father. Just joking, Dad.
I did it also because basically Swicanese. You know, it's Swedish, Hispanic, and Japanese. But it turns out I got a little skin in all the game, like you. I don't have any African American. I don't have any Irish in me. I got everything else.
That's
crazy. Yeah, my brother did it.
Which one?
And Steven, the one you had on last.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a lot. Because I used to always ask my dad, you know, so, Dad, what are we, you know? And he would always tell me I was smoked Irish. You know?
What is smoked Irish?
Because I'm brown.
Okay. Oh, I got you.
Smoked Irish.
Smoked.
I call myself a
but we're
vanilla bean. I
actually
get it.
more Scottish.
Okay.
We're more Scottish from my grandmother's side.
Really? Mm-hmm. I got to tell you, I think my ancestors were all whores because, I mean, I got all kinds of, like you said, there's a lot of nationalities in my 23andMe. Like, apparently my ancestors were like, well, have we seen this yet? Well, one of us should hump this because, I mean, you know what I mean?
We haven't been with that nationality yet.
Yeah, welcome to the Lundstrom family, you know?
Oh, my goodness.
What country are we in right now? We've been under that damn boat for 5 months. What country are we in right now? You're right.
That must mean by ancestry you're good with the ladies.
Oh, no, I don't know. I might be adopted. Not adopted because my
This is definitely going to get edited.
That's exactly right. My ancestors are like, we had a good thing going. We were going to rule the world, and then this
Larry
one showed up.
Born.
Yeah. Let's name him Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
Larry.
What's worse than Larry? Nothing.
And then we'll put Moose in there.
That's right. That's exactly
We're going
right.
to screw this kid for the rest of his life.
That's actually your middle name?
No, it's a nickname from a child.
Okay, I was like, they really did.
No.
Oh my gosh, dang.
But I had a great aunt who hated it. She hated it. Moosey was the nickname as a child, small child.
Okay.
And she hated the fact they called me Moosey. Yeah, I'm like, there'd be a big fight and whatnot. But I don't know, she just hated it. She thought it was inappropriate. So, yeah.
Did you run around making a sound? Like,
No.
Yeah, like where did that come from? They
I was a fat kid, so it was like a...
Oh, dumb. Oh, my God.
Or did it come after you were done running? Yeah, you're like, ooh.
I feel like the fifth step. What was the youngest heart attack victim? Because this one's 10. And give him some stick of butter. That usually calms him down. So.
Although I kind of had the same thing. That's why I got the bike. You know?
Yeah. Did you see anything on your 23andMe that really shocked you, though?
Yes, I was actually really surprised that I didn't have any like Latina or Latin descent.
Oh, really?
None. Yeah. My mom. So my dad died when I was really young, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
That's all right. Thank you. Actually, shout out to him because his anniversary of his death was the 10th.
What's your dad's name?
His name's Thomas.
Thomas. Hey, heavenly shout out, Thomas.
Thank you.
What's up, Thomas?
That's awesome. That's great. But I don't remember what I was going to say. Sorry.
We were talking about the most interesting thing you saw on 23andMe.
Oh, yeah. That was really interesting because a lot of people, especially around here, and I don't know why, but everyone thinks I'm Dominican or Puerto Rican or Ethiopian or some sort of amalgamation. I have nothing. Right. I can dance like a Latina, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I like to bailar. Te gusto mucho.
Hey, crazy. The guy we work with, Raul, is actually... he said the guys at the dairies all think I'm Puerto Rican, I guess. They don't. Yeah. But it's funny because I don't have any actual Mexican in my 23andMe. It's all from Spain. All Spaniard, yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And isn't it cool to like see those things and they give you a map and
it's very cool. The coolest thing I saw was there's a place in Sweden where my great grandfather's from. It pinpointed the place he's from. I don't know if it's a town or a village or what do they call it, but yeah, the city he's from, they pinpointed that's where my origin is in Sweden. That's crazy.
That's
dude.
narrowing it down.
Yeah,
but
they
really
can do
cool.
that. They can do that now, you know. So
and you can go and visit. That's just so cool.
That is super cool. I don't speak a lick of Swedish, but I mean, You know?
Probably mostly French anyway.
Yeah. Well, I look like this, and I have a Swedish last name. That probably confuses the shit out of a lot of them.
And then you start speaking French.
It's Godzilla!
Mothra.
I don't know what bean or Hernish you need for Werner's beans, but it didn't sound complimentary at all. So,
that's funny.
but it's cool, and I think it's cool, Jerry, because even like your grandkids can go back, they'll know more of their lineage than anybody ever because it was 23andMe, and it's and don't think for one second they don't have your DNA right now.
Right.
Well,
You know
there
what I
was
mean?
so much going out about that, and then there was a thing about how all of it is fake. Like there were people who sent in their DNA again, and they got different results. So I don't know if that was real or not. But again, like
Well, there's a couple different ones, aren't there?
There's Ancestry and
Ancestry.
23andMe.
So it'd be interesting to do both of them.
Yeah.
You know.
sure.
But I mean, it also matters what you ate that day. You have to fast before you do it for
Really?
like an hour or something like that, hour and a half.
No way! I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, you're supposed to not eat anything. You're supposed to have it. Yeah. So
Did you pass out?
yeah, they said I'm part roast beef, but what are you
Did you
gonna do?
pass out?
Yeah. I'm so hungry.
You have to draw your own blood.
Mom, is that you, Mom? I can't see anything. Go give me some Fritos. God damn it. I'm dying over here. Why'd I invite you?
You didn't just invite him. He's part of your show.
Yeah, it's part of the show. So, all right. Jerry, what do you think about that one, bro?
I thought it was pretty good.
I like that a lot.
It
I
was
think that's
pretty good.
that is very cool.
And, I've heard about stuff like that, you know. But not recent, you know.
I have. I'm trying to think. There was on a podcast, someone had that same. I'm drawing a blank. You're episode 172, so there's a lot of stories to go through. But
That's all right.
There was a story about that, about someone that was promised to somebody else at one time.
That's
I'll
just
have to
crazy.
go by and look. Yeah, it is crazy. That's why I asked if it was here in the States or not, because it's not common. But
no.
I think a lot of cultures still have.
Oh, I bet.
I feel like
bet.
Mennonite or like Mennonite and what is the Hasidic Jew? Maybe they might have like you will only marry this
Jewish.
person or whatever.
Within your culture, yeah.
Some, but not everybody does it. There's all sorts of different kinds of Jewish, right? There's
Right.
Ashkenazi, I believe, and there's a lot of different sects. So,
Right.
oh, by the way, ceasefire in Palestine. That's all I have to say on that. But yeah,
I think maybe it's not a cultural thing as much as it's a financial thing now.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Money, marrying money kind of thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That okay.
that,
There you go.
that I think is
Yeah,
very
that's probably a
prevalent
big
now.
part of it.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, no, the Hiltons ain't coming down here. Okay, we're not
Right.
like the Kardashians. This
Right.
guy, well, you're married, so he's not landing anybody. We'll just say
Yeah.
that. So, except for the best one. I'm digging a hole here, but you know what I'm trying to get to here. So, but anyway, yeah, I'd like that too. I think that's interesting. Did the guy get weird about it at all?
no. And actually, I was talking to my mom about this the other day, and she said that she went looking for him. She went looking for David, and he had actually passed within the last 6 months to a year.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
That's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
We hadn't really kept in touch. I actually went looking for Jonathan, I believe, and I did find one guy who might be, but I didn't get a chance to message.
Were
or
you guys
anything.
close in age?
He was 3 years older than me, so he was 3 at the time that we had this little
Oh, wow.
arrangement.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's madness.
It's silly.
So, was it social media you found Jonathan? Or-
No. Oh, yeah, Facebook.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a chance to look anywhere else, and honestly, Facebook was not very helpful. So.
No, it's not anymore,
Yeah.
and it's gotten
Yeah,
worse with
it
AI
has.
getting involved. It's
Isn't that so weird that
Filters
you
and-
can't just search something? It has to go through Meta. Like
Yeah.
that is,
Yeah.
I can't go on Instagram and like actually search something. I have to because there was I was searching up a lyric and it was relatively vulgar, but AI was basically telling me that it wasn't going to show me. It was said you can go to YouTube, you can go to Google, you can go here,
Really?
but I will not search that for you.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, whoa, that's weird. So I can't even like search people up by their content verbiage or anything.
right.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So
It's like judging AI.
yeah,
Or
it's coming.
censored.
Yeah.
It's coming. So this morning
Yeah.
on the news, I heard that Apple is now joining with ChatGPT to put in all their products. They're gonna call it Apple Smart, and it's gonna. We'll see, man. That's scary stuff to me. I don't know.
Here comes the Matrix.
You joking around.
Already? What do you mean? The moment cell phones came out. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Yeah.
The moment we were able to computer and phone at the same time, in my opinion.
But AI?
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
AI is crazy, man.
AI is on another level.
It's
You
on
can
a
tell by my
level.
makeup. I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
And it's...
Good thing you didn't wear makeup.
That one was
Yeah,
apparently
you know,
very
yeah,
funny.
yeah. All right. Well, then you're in the wrong city if you're not a conspiracy theorist. Oh, my God.
Right.
I hear crazy shit. We work with a guy
too.
at nights who tried to explain to me that the Walmarts are now owned by the Clintons and the Obamas owned all of Walmarts.
Is that right?
Yes. And I was like, I'm not going to touch that because I don't know why that would even matter.
Good
know what
on
I mean?
you, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, okay. Okay. And then we also work with Ralph.
They might have a part in it, but
Maybe. But they're
You
not.
know.
They're not the...
because ever since Walton died,
Yeah.
Sam, it all kind of got diversified or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Got one great story, Betrothed. I'm not pregnant in Fifth Harmony. There's always one I want to listen to the most. So we save it for last. So instead, let's listen to Fifth Harmony.
Alrighty. So this is a college story. I gotta check out my notes so that I can go fast.
You don't gotta go fast.
You don't gotta
We're
go. He edits a lot.
Okay. Okay. No, I actually did notice that, and thank you because
Yeah.
there was some rambling that I was very worried about.
Oh, the St. Patty's?
Yeah, I was like, and it worked beautifully. I was
Yeah.
like, there were a couple times I was like, oh, that didn't. Okay, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It's all good.
If
Okay, cool.
If it's one of the reels or stuff, you got 60 seconds to shrink that into. So
Right.
you got to cut a lot for reels. But
Right.
yeah.
No, but it was perfect. It was awesome. So Fifth Harmony. Okay, so I was in college and I was in theater. I was a musical theater performance major. And yeah, pretty sick, I know.
That's pretty cool.
No no diploma, but we
Right.
still did it. We still worked a little bit. And we went to KCACTF, which is basically like Central Kansas Theater Conference. You can network, you can audition. Throughout the year, there are judges who come through and they'll judge your collegiate plays and things like that, and then they'll judge you, and sometimes you will be awarded and nominated and picked. They're like throughout the entire year there's best actress, there's all sorts of things like that. So you can take that and you can go to this conference and you can audition, and I got to audition, which was really awesome. That was such a fun experience. But basically for theater kids, think Comic-Con for theater kids.
That's awesome.
Interesting.
And then so every single day we had to get on this bus. There was a shuttle. And if you missed it, you were kind of out of luck. So like the first day, my room specifically had a problem because there was a cat litter box. Like there was cat litter in the corner and you could tell that a cat had been there, and it was terrible. They didn't clean the room and we had to stay there. So they cleaned it up a little bit, but they didn't like really do much. So I was not feeling super well. I'm kind of allergic to cats, and that just I think the drive from Kansas to Minneapolis was just insane. We were in Minneapolis, by the way.
Are you staying like an Airbnb or what are you staying?
No, we were at a hotel.
And they have cat litter box in the hotel room.
Yeah. It was awful. It was. We opened the door and we were all like, "Oh my God, what is this?"
This is not the Best
And
Western Plus.
It was
Right.
definitely.
I was just gonna say that too. You know, now that she works at one, she's like, this went flying our
She's a
hotel.
hotel
Not even
snob.
close. No, I'm not staying here. I'm not even staying here. Revoke my reservation. No.
Your Yelp score just went down.
Refund. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Anyway, so all of us didn't a couple of us didn't sleep very well. I think we were like 4 to a room. The next morning, 6 of us, we all got up, and I looked at my alarm and it was like almost 10 o'clock. And my alarm hadn't gone off and I was sick. I woke up with a terrible sinus infection and couldn't hardly breathe. And the other people in my room, and somebody was banging on our door, and I got up and I was like, what is going on? Another room and another room had been left. Nobody woke us up. Nobody was like, hey, this is happening. Like, guys, don't forget, you have to come. Like, there were 6 of us. So this wasn't like on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was thinking it was the opposite. They're like, she's good. We're going to let her sleep in.
Exactly what I thought.
I wish. Oh my God, I wish. No. But we all got really mad, and we all like were on this campaign that we, instead of going to the theater, because we had all missed, a lot of us had missed a lot of things, and it was just like, how are we going to get there anyway? The bus to that place wasn't going to be there till like 2 or 3, something like that. So we had some time to kill too. So we went to the Mall of America.
Nice.
It's really cool. It's just giant, and we ate at bubblegum shrimp, and a couple of my counterparts rode roller coasters, or the roller coaster. It's pretty. It was all right. It didn't go like super duper fast, but it was intense. It was weird to see like it inside.
Yeah.
It was odd. And then we are like walking around the mall. We're getting ready to leave, waiting for our next bus, and we look down in like the middle of the mall, and there's this huge area, and there's this huge poster of Fifth Harmony, and this is before, I believe this is like right before, I can't remember who left first, Camila or Normani, but anyway, all of them were there. And we kind of like saw some people like around. They were all in black, and they were all whatever, and we were like getting excited, and like, let's try to see if we can see Fifth Harmony type thing. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And they had like some sort of like meet and greet in a couple hours, but they had gotten there really early, so we got to meet Fifth Harmony. I went down, me and my friend John, we went down and caught this guy who, he looked relatively official, and we were like, we're really not trying to bug you, man, but we're not from here, and this is what's going on, and we had a terrible day, and I'm sick, can you tell? And they were like, you can't get too close, but give me a second. So he goes and he talks to this other person, then he goes and talks to this other person, he goes and talks to this other person, and then it literally took a little bit. I was like, okay, this isn't happening, whatever. He pretended to run away. He comes back and he's like, okay, you guys don't have a whole lot of time, but we can do a little bit of a meet and greet. They said, you guys cannot take any photos. You can have your phones, but you can't take any photos. So I have a picture of right before we went over there, but I don't have any photo evidence. It makes me mad.
That's okay,
but oh my gosh, they were all so gorgeous, and they all smelled so beautiful. and they're all so polite. Camila is literally the cutest fucking thing in the world. Anyway, so we all like, all of us go, and we're all fanning and fawning, and they gave us like an extra 10 minutes, so we got to talk to them and hang out with them for like 30 minutes.
That's very cool.
It was really cool. And then we were like, okay, we gotta go. So we left, and we were like, we're gonna tell everybody that we met Fifth Harmony, and blah, blah, blah. They're not gonna believe us, but we were all there, and we all know that it happened. Like, it was so cool. We got back to the theater very late, actually, like right around 4:35, and our theater professor was angry. She was so upset with us. She's like, where were you guys? We're like, where were you guys? Why didn't you wake us up? Why didn't you let us know what was going on? We missed the last bus, and we didn't even, like, we all had to pool together money to get to and fro.
Right.
It was ridiculous. So, but she was not very happy.
Well,
and we were in some
like
hot
they
water.
didn't notice the whole group was there. Don't they do like a head count or something?
Well, and that was my other thing. I was like, okay, so we had a couple, dude, that whole trip, I have some crazy stories about that trip. Anyway, college, duh. But, we only had a couple people that were like chaperones. We're adults. We're in college. We shouldn't be.
Yeah, they don't care.
But the head count, I absolutely agree with, because this is Minneapolis. Like, huge.
Yeah.
People are everywhere. You know, name tags are cool, cell phones are cool, but if you don't have their service, you know. So I was frustrated, because I was like, that's rude. You don't have to be mean to us. We tried to have a good day. So
you made the best of it.
Oh my gosh, and it was it was so cool.
You know what I'd have done? Shoveled 5 pounds of that cat shit out of that thing and threw it at that dude. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Should have.
You know,
everything happens for a reason, though.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
no,
really
for
cool.
real. And we all kind of felt like some type of way about it afterwards. We all felt a little bit guilty, but then like, did you see Normani's hair? Did you smell it? Like, oh my god, like just. It was great.
That's
it was
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
About what year is this?
2015. 2016.
You're so young.
Yeah. Damn. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
When was that?
Jerry was getting a colonoscopy that year. That tells you how old he is.
Oh my gosh.
It's that time.
Blue River.
You have to do what you have to
You
do.
do what you gotta do. Yeah, it's
Health
coming.
is important.
It's coming for all
And
of us.
if you're going to the doctor, I applaud you. So there you go.
What do you think about that one, Jerry?
I liked it.
Do you know who Fifth Harmony is now?
I do know who
That song
I know who
Worth It.
Camila Cabello is. That's
All
for
right,
sure.
all right.
Oh yeah, we all know who
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the?
She could be your granddaughter. I'm just kidding. You're like,
She's not kidding. She's
Wow.
no, I'm kidding. You're not. You're.
don't feel bad for him.
But
Don't feel bad for him. He'll
but
do it
I don't
to
think
you.
he could. Like, no, 45. You could have grandkids, right?
He wishes he's 45.
Yes.
No way.
He was 45 in 2015.
That was the reason for the colonoscopy.
I'm making fun of like 2 years younger than him. That's it. But that's 2 years spring chicken for
But
this guy.
obviously, I look younger than you
Yeah,
too.
fair enough, fair enough.
Well, I figured you were both like around.
Yeah. See, look. Yeah, take that. Boom.
But hey, that. Well, how old are you guys?
Actually, I'm 52.
I'll be 49 in a month. Okay,
Yeah.
let's close your mouth. It's insulting.
No, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, like if you were gonna be like super like, oh my gosh, I was gonna think, mid-30s, both of you. I don't see.
Wow.
Actually, this is our nurse right here. She's she's our caregiver. It's not Jerry's wife.
She's watching Larry's heart blood pressure monitor.
That's right. This guy's going a little senile, so we're like, yes, Jerry, that's your wife. That's your girlfriend, Jerry.
That's funny.
He gets all violent about it. Mine, yes. Yes.
Mine.
Nurse Felicia is
Club,
your
where's
wife.
my club?
Wink, wink, wink. It's weird if we tell him no.
Oh, that's funny.
You know the one?
It's weird. It gets really weird.
That's awesome.
All right. I like that. That's very
That was
cool.
really good.
Is there someone you would have rather met than them? Or is that like the pinnacle? Who was
Oh, there's
your...
so many more people I would have
Really?
met. Yeah. Lauren Hill. Hi.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, yeah.
My God. Queen, mother of all.
Any beer? You got-
Erica Badu. Okay, I will take one more.
There you go. Bartender Jerry's got you.
Thank you for
Eric
the libations. Thank
Eric Badu.
you. Erica Badu.
Who's that?
You don't know?
Yeah, you don't know.
You know. I know she know. I know mama know. No way.
That's Nurse.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so hold on. Oh, it's gonna be so silly that it took me this long.
What did she sing?
All of her songs are coming in my head at once. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Is she recent?
She's like 90s. She's neo soul. She's her and Lauryn Hill are
Okay.
right there. They're not in the same necessarily genre. But they both dip back and forth into each other's master, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
All
They've
right.
never, I don't think they've ever done a collab. Oh my gosh,
They
that
should.
would be amazing. Anyway, but she does Apple Tree. You don't want to pick from my apple tree. And if you don't want to be down with me, you don't need me. And if you don't want to be down with me, you don't want to pick from my apple tree. And if you don't want to be down with me, you just don't want to be down. Or
That sounds like Lauryn Hill more than anything.
Next American Idol on here right now.
That's right.
yeah,
And lucky for us, Simon's a big fan of the Bullhucker, Simon. So
no way.
no way. That's exactly right. No way.
Simon
That's
Cowell.
America's Got Talent.
Oh, is
Wrong
it?
show.
No, it is. That's funny.
That's because I'm not 50 years old. That's why I don't know that kind of shit. So. Anyway. All right.
That's crazy.
I liked it. But Fifth Harmony, very cool. They were,
Yeah.
I DJ'd a little bit back in the day, and they were pretty big. They were,
Yeah.
they had a lot of
Heck
great
yeah.
stuff. So
It's sad that they're not fully together.
My wife
anymore,
got to
but-
see Camila Cabello when she was first coming out with Bruno Mars. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Also, another person I would have.
Bruno
seen.
Mars?
Oh my gosh.
Do you know
I
who
want
Bruno
his
is?
short
Yeah, you
little
can pick him
babies.
up. You can pick him up and hold him in your
I
arms.
want
He's
his
so
little babies. I will give him little babies, and they will be talented and beautiful. And I have no problem with that. They will just be little, and it's okay. I'm little. We can be little together.
I would be his gorilla. That's what I would be.
Oh my gosh.
You'd be like his bodyguard, maybe.
I look like the dude who ate Bruno Mars.
BT
They're
Dubs,
like,
where
Larry,
did
you need
he
to get
go?
out of the shot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where did he go?
I don't
He
know.
hasn't. Well, he's made something within the last 5 years.
He was pretty massive there for a couple of years, but that's the nature of the game, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The very few actually make it
and
long term.
when you do, you know, there's people like Joji. He hit hot and fast. And he kept talking about how he was like, I didn't really think people were going to like this. I was just kind of doing it to have fun. And that happens to all sorts of people. That's part of the reason why, you know, especially after YouTube, you can do whatever you want. You can be famous if you want.
There's, God, I wish I knew her name offhand. She's on YouTube. She's from Wisconsin. What she does is people who insult her, she makes songs out of the insults. She sings songs. I'll find her before you leave. Oh, she's fantastic to listen to.
Really?
Oh, because people the trolls online, they just come after her. You know what I mean? And she takes all their insults and she makes a song with
I think I've seen using those insults.
Oh, that's pretty neat. That's
you know what? It's owning it. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Keep giving me content.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep giving me songs. Yeah. Keep paying me.
Keep throwing your hate. It's not you're not bothering anybody
Making
here.
lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah. Very cool. So. All right, we got one story left. I'm not pregnant.
Oh my God, you guys, this is another college story. Okay. So, you know those oh my gosh. I had a summer theater internship. This is after KCACTF. And I was choreographing as well as directing. I was choreographing our big musical and then directing our kids. So I had a roommate, and I'm not going to say her name, had a roommate, and she, how do I be nice? She might not see this. I'm sorry. You know who you are, and I'm sorry. But she was a little crazy, just a little bit, like a little pick me, a little, I can do no wrong. I am perfect. You know what I mean?
Like a narcissist?
And just very much not perfect, you know, and it's okay.
Right.
But we ran, you know, she was actually very good at some of the things she did. She was a very good props master, something I've done as well. We were in a general theater, so we had to do like everything. We were all hands-on. We were all actors. Sure. We were all backstage. So, so she was pretty good at set design and stuff like that. It just took her a long time, and she was very just like la-di-da-di-da up in the clouds. And she would literally say things in the middle of conversation that just... Why are you putting your input? Were you here 2 seconds ago? Were you paying attention to what we were talking about? Because what you just said was that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, I think these are really cool in the middle of like a meeting about the script. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
So she lives in her own little world.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lived with her for a couple months, and she did some weird things. Like, there was one time I watched this chick put down 4, and I mean 4 burgers. Not like small. They were giant. They were huge.
Pussy.
Now listen. No, you don't understand. She made them herself, and then she did it, and then she ate them, and then about 20 minutes later, she threw them all up. Like, they were just all gone. And she goes, I don't know, but I think they weren't cooked enough. And I was just like, girl, that was 4. Why didn't you check 1? Like, for real? Anyway. And I had a lot of different problems with her too. Like, there was one time I came home and she was sleeping on the couch. No big deal at all. So I walked straight into my room. The couch, so you walk through the door, the couch is right here. Walk through the door, and then there's another door, that's my room. Okay, so I walk out of the door, so the couch is like right here, right? As soon as I entro. And her whole bare ass is just there. It's just hanging out. And I was like, okay.
Like not plumber's crack.
Like not plumber's.
Full on crack.
Like full on, like she was taking a nap on the couch buck ass naked without any warning. Like she was just, anyway, it was a little intense.
Sounds like a Saturday night for you, Larry.
That's what I'm saying.
It's one thing, and here's another thing. I am all about consent. Let's talk about this. When would you like to be naked? When would I like to be out of the house? Let's talk about this a little bit.
Dantia's like, Larry, not again.
Sorry, I'm focusing not on the points. So she, I think she was doing props for our show, and there were a lot of times where people were like, "Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant?" Like we were in the middle of a rehearsal, and my musical director and I are standing at the apron, like off of the stage, watching some things go on, and he leans down to me, and he goes, "Does so and so? Is she pregnant?" And I go, I'm literally like gagging, dying laughing, because she had just hours before in a different rehearsal, a choral rehearsal, came in. She's like, somebody just asked again at the store if I was pregnant, and I am not pregnant. I know that I have gained weight. I know, like, she was like going off, and there are a lot of people, like, she was like telling all of us, I am not pregnant and you need to stop asking me.
Wow.
And so Dr. Winnie's like, is she pregnant? And I lose my shit. He's like, is she wearing a girdle? Like, he's like, I don't get it. Like, this bitch is pregnant. And everybody else is like, no, she's not. And she don't talk about it because she's not pregnant, man. Yeah. Like, just leave her alone. So, we're getting ready for our children's theater. And she had been up really, really late the night before working on sets. I had been there till like 9:30. I was like, I'm going home. I'm going to get some rest and try to finish this in the morning. She's like, I'm going to stay. So she stayed, and swig.
Swig.
Thank you. Oh, that was crisp. So, I show up a little bit late. I'm a little bit notorious for that. Again, I apologize.
That's all good.
But I showed up a little bit late, and she wasn't there, and she wasn't in the apartment when I left. So I thought that she was already there, and I was like, yo, where is she? Like, this is not okay. We all need help right now, and I don't know where she's at. Her stuff also wasn't completely finished. So I don't know what time she decided to go to bed or what, but I was pretty livid, and so was another intern. I called her. Another intern called her. I called her again. Our director called her. She wouldn't answer. I called her again, and she picked up. And I was like, hey, where are you? And she's like, well, I was up really, really late. I was working on the set, and like 2:30 in the morning, I had these terrible pains in my stomach. Like, I was like it was like stabbing pains. And I was like, okay, are you okay? And she's just like, yeah, so I had to go to the hospital. I've been in the ER since like 2:30 this morning. And I was like, okay, did they figure out what was wrong? And she was like, yeah, they did. And I was like, and do you have like appendicitis? Like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? She's like, well, I'm in labor. And I was like,
I was waiting for it.
I was like, excuse me. Okay, Juliet. Sorry. And she was like, I was like, whatever. I was like, no, you're not. I was like, please don't be joking with me. She's like, the pains were contractions, and I am literally giving birth right now. They gave me an epidural.
Oh shit.
And I was like, okay, Juliet, seriously, if you're joking with me right now, like, you need to buck the fuck up, because this is not a joke, girl. Like, I'm gonna have to direct for you if that's the case. Like, you need to be honest. And she was like, no, really, I am. And I was like, did you tell Allison? She's like, I haven't really had a chance to talk to Allison. And I was like, what is happening? She threw the biggest fit. I'm telling
Phoebe,
you.
I gotta tell you, my favorite part of the story so far is the fact she's giving birth, and the only reaction you have is, bitch, do I gotta do your work?
No, I gotta do your job.
Yeah. Oh, let me just drop everything I have because you're gonna squeeze a human being out your ass. Fine.
It's like that thing I posted. That lady's giving birth and the guy orders pizza. He goes, yeah, she wasn't in the mood to make dinner tonight.
That's horrible. I'm sorry. But go ahead.
But the thing is, like, to be truly honest, like, I was very empathetic, and immediately, as soon as she was like, I'm literally having a baby, I was like, girl, do you need anything? Like, is someone with you? Did someone take you to the hospital? She's like, yeah, my mom's here, and so is my grandma. I was like, okay, fine. I'm not gonna worry about this nearly as much as I was going to, but what the heck? So she's giving birth. I get off the phone, and I go and I talk to my theater professor, and I was like, Allison! And she's like, what? She was so upset. She was not happy with any of us. Anyway, and I was like, you are not going to believe, and please don't think I'm joking. Juliet is literally at the hospital having birth. She's giving birth to a baby, and she's this you don't know Allison Moon. Oh, shout out to Allison Moon. Hi, love you. But she's a badass. She's a fucking rock star. And she, like, no holds barred. She gets straight to the point, and she's a phenomenal person. But she has a walk, and she is determined. She's always walking. She's always doing power walk around our hometown. Like, she's always fit, and she's about, let's say she's getting up there. She's closer to 70 now.
Okay.
But oh my gosh, she's literally doing this walk while I'm like, Juliet's having a baby, and she's like, okay, well, go do your whatever. Like, didn't even notice, didn't whatever. We do the stuff, right? We get the program on the way, and everything works out fine, and we get the set stuff done, and it's beautiful, and the parents love it. And I called Juliet after, and I'm like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, the baby's not here yet, bloody bloody blah, bloody bloody blah. Like, she's looped up. She's on an epidural.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, just let me know if anything's going on. So I go back into the theater. Allison goes, Roger. And this is someone else who was around when Juliet was talking about not being pregnant and not being, like, just being so angry about it. And Allison's like, guess where Juliet, and Roger is her husband, by the way. Allison's
like, guess
husband. Where? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Guess where Juliet's at? And he's like, oh, where? And she's like, she's having a baby. And he goes, I really thought that she was pregnant. I knew. He's just, like, also completely no problem. Yeah. Later on that day, we have a rehearsal with Dr. Winnie, the man who was like, is she wearing a girdle? Like, is she doing this on purpose? Why does she look pregnant? And he's literally tears in his eyes coming out of, like, and I'm telling the story the way that I did, and he was losing his mind. We all lost our minds. We were all just like, okay, she had a baby. Cool. Her name was Stella. She was like 8 pounds or something. She was big. She was a big baby.
That is a big baby.
And big and healthy. And, she became a mama that day.
Wow.
And then Phoebe's like, so now there's 3 of us splitting the rent, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I actually got the apartment to myself after that. I got our little
So did
little
she
dorm
actually
to myself.
know that she was pregnant and she was just trying to hide it?
She didn't know.
She just oblivious.
She did not know. She was drinking. She did not either. She was in denial. Just the denial. I'm not pregnant, which I'm not going to lie. It's crazy to have a baby, period.
Yeah.
End of story. It's always 50-50.
I'm going to reach out to the nurse real quick. Felicia, is there any way you would know you're not pregnant? Is that a possibility, you think?
I guess I've heard that it's possible.
But you've been pregnant. I mean...
yeah.
Well, you know what? My aunt actually had that. So
really?
she was in her 60s, I believe, when my youngest cousin Joe Cage was born, and she went in basically for stomach pains, and she was in labor. It's basically the same thing, but she didn't think in her 60s, like somewhere in her 60s, that she was past all that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
it can totally
all of a
still
sudden
happen, yeah.
we had a new cousin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't kick. Sometimes there are girls who don't hardly gain any weight whatsoever. Sometimes they're big as a house and the baby's 6.5 pounds, 5 pounds.
Oh, so
it's crazy.
So she didn't know she was pregnant. So she wasn't acting pregnant.
She wasn't. I'm telling you.
With her food, with her nothing.
With her body, like she was.
So
it was like one of those actual that. What is it? I don't know. I'm pregnant.
Oblivious.
What is that show that came up where there was a lot of people who were like, I didn't know I was pregnant, and it's just their stories of it. Anyway.
Wow. Like the MTV thing?
Yeah, I think so.
16 and pregnant or something?
Oh, no, not that.
No, not that. Oh.
But something like that. Anyway, but no, and every time somebody asked her about it, she was like, I don't know why you guys are doing this to me. Like, it's not especially towards the end there, which makes sense. It was also, this is Kansas, so it's a dry heat here, right? When it's 110, it's 110. Like, that's just what it is. Or when it's 90, it's 98. Yeah. When in my hometown, it's like 80 to 100% humidity every single day. So 10 o'clock in the morning, 80% humidity, 100, feels like 110, feels like 120. Insane.
Nope, I'm out.
So she was out of it. She said, get out. And she came out.
We lived in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And it had that kind of humidity.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And it's miserable.
Still wet when you towel dry. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yes, I know. Lived it.
When I was dating Patty, we went up to her family up in northeastern Oklahoma, almost by the Arkansas border.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing, August, man. It was so... She's like, you want to go for a walk around the lake? Well, is there central air around the fucking lake? No, I don't want to go for a walk around the lake.
Got one of those fans.
Yeah, I'm melting. Do you not know I'm melting? You know?
Oh, that's funny.
Larry's got an air conditioner on his back.
It's like, see, this look more... tastes like butter, doesn't it? Because I'm melting.
Tastes like butter.
I guess I do know someone, but
in pancake syrup.
Yeah, that's what it is.
My goodness. All
What are you
right.
going to do? You know, you're going to diet.
Maple.
At least I don't throw it up.
Right.
What did you think about that one, Jerry?
That was pretty good.
That was
really good.
I mean, I guess I've heard that happening, but
Yeah.
once again, not a female, so I can't relate to the fact that you would not know, you know, but I mean...
There's so many people, though, too, who they go, oh, I knew the moment I was pregnant. It's
Right.
like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, well...
Yeah. Yeah, like they're walking out and like, oh, shit.
No, but
you know?
I've heard of it because, like I said, it happened to my aunt, so I know it.
Yeah.
It happens. And you think she would have known because she already had 7 kids.
So a girl in high school had that happen to her and the baby in the toilet. I mean, that's...
I heard about that, too.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's...
Crazy.
That is crazy, man. That's crazy to be a mother and have your daughter call and say, hey, I'm in the hospital. Oh, my God, are you okay? Yeah, you're about to be a grandmother, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Or-
And I apologize. I was being a little bit insensitive, and I part of it was for comedy. So, Juliet, if you ever see this, please know. Good mama, good job. Proud of you. That was so stressful for me. That was insane. Okay.
Hey,
You
welcome.
keep in touch with her?
Aunt
Not
Phoebe,
even friends on Facebook or nothing?
Aunt Phoebe sucks. What's going on there?
Slacking in
A
her
little bit.
Yeah,
A lot of it. A lot of it.
I like it too. That's the kind of story I love on the podcast.
Right.
'Cause
That's hilarious.
That's crazy shit that happens in your life, right?
I tell you what.
All right.
So what was the play about?
So we did To Give a Mouse a Cookie and its companion pieces. So there's Give a Moose a Muffin, which is the one I was directing. Hey. Give a Mouse a Cookie, Give a Pig a Pancake, which was one that I read when I was little, and we read that every single night. But I think there's If You Give a I don't know. There's a couple other ones, but she directed one, I directed one, and then I think we had 2 other interns that directed 2 other pieces.
So were these for high school kids or
These were for really elementary. Tweens, yeah. It was a kids theater camp, so anywhere from, I'd say, 5 to 13 about. And then we also held auditions for high school and whatever, and I auditioned as well. I was in a show. I was in the first one I ever choreographed was The Addams Family.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really fun. And I also played in that one too. That was a crazy overhaul. That's insane.
Well,
It's a lot of work.
we're gonna go and guess real quick. I do have some questions about some of this after we're done guessing, but
Heck yeah.
But yeah, let's we're gonna guess. So, Phoebe, what we do when we guess is we rock paper scissors to see which one of us has to guess first.
Rochambeau. Get it going.
Rochambeau. Now, there's 2 different ways to do it. Some people go rock paper scissors, and some people go rock paper scissors shoot. You shoot. That's the wrong way, but okay.
That is not the wrong way.
Okay, well, there's 3 pumpers and 4 pumpers. We're not getting into it, but
Yeah.
you're a 4 pumper and dead to me now. So
This will be the last time you're on the show.
we gotta do 4.
4. I know.
Wait, ready?
I know. I'm like,
Dead.
oh.
Saw you.
What's that?
No, that was 4. No, don't try to cheat me, Cage, some bitch. So, all right.
My biggest thing is we just have to come to a decision.
Yeah.
I don't care which it is, but
Yeah.
I do normally. I'm a 4 pumper.
All right.
You can get over it.
Yeah. Right now, Dempsey is touching herself. When she wants to do it. She's like, tell him. You tell that son of a bitch. Go ahead and pick it out. We got 3 great stories. Fifth Harmony, I'm Not Pregnant, and Betrothed. What are you thinking?
For some reason, I don't know why, but I'm going to go with Betrothed. I've had a...
You don't have a reason?
I know it was a little short, but it might have been only 2 cows instead of 3. And I think she was trying to boost it up for some reason, you know.
And now you're dead to her.
Yeah, I'm dead to her.
So my mom's going to be so proud.
You're going to go Betrothed.
2 cows.
Let me ask you, have you watched any of these, or have you had a chance to check out some of these podcasts, some of these episodes?
I only watched
That's okay.
The one.
There's a reason I'm asking you, and I'll tell you why in a bit. So I'm going to say Fifth Harmony, with the energy you had on it, I'm going to say that's a true story. You seemed pretty excited about that, and that seems to be a pretty cherished memory. So I'm going to say that's a true story.
For sure.
Okay? I'm Not Pregnant. I want that to be a true story because holy shit. But if that one is the Bullhucker, good on you for going into such great detail. I'm also taking Betrothed because it's a very short story. I feel that is the easiest one to come up with, or the bullshit. And for one last reason, because when you came in, you said you're going to read these in order. The first 2 were obviously the ones you thought were true stories, and the third one I would think is probably the one that you had to come up with because you needed a lie. So, having said all that, before we flip that over, I do want to say thank you to the Brush Emporium. Thank you for giving us a podcast studio down here to have our podcast. They've been so amazing down here at 210 Clayton Street. How do you like it? You've been down here before.
Yeah, one other time. We did come down afterwards. Me and my boyfriend came on the bike and had some pizza and left. And oh my gosh, it was delightful. Had a little bit of ice cream too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They have all that great stuff down here, plus a lot of gifts upstairs. You want an original gift? Come down to 210 Clayton Street. Come down and check out what they have. It's all homemade stuff from local vendors. You can go online and buy it. Or you can buy something. They do a lot of custom stuff down here, too. You can order. Yeah,
it's really cool.
A lot of cool stuff here. So thank you, Brush Emporium. And please support them, because if you don't support small-town business, it goes away. So having said that, also, if you like what you've seen so far, in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's a little subscribe button. Did you want to do it?
Yeah, I did, but that's all right.
I'm going to let him do it. I didn't know if he was going to do it.
Do it again?
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Marker.
I'm going to cut
Take 12.
Okay. Because it's a small click for you and a big click for us. Try that, didn't you?
You know what, Adam? See? First time he's done it, he's 1-0 with this shit, Vogue. Because sometimes I'll be like, Loki, and he'll be like,
Well, I like it on ours because you're like, hey, Voki, and he's like, what? Yeah, he's like,
you're talking to me.
You want me to do something?
So please subscribe to the podcast. Check it out. And while you're at it, in the comments below, pick which one you think it is. So, all right. Having said that, we're going to double up on you and go Betrothed. Let's see that board.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Drum roll.
Oh, come on!
Oh, no way.
Fifth Harmony and LOL.
You didn't meet her.
I didn't meet. Now listen, we did go to Mall of America.
You're
we
a monster,
did.
by the way.
Listen, I know I am.
Hey, monster.
Hey, I'm an actress, triple threat, acting, singing, dancing.
Yeah.
I can do it all.
Boom.
Good job. Good
Come
job
at
on
me.
that.
Anyway, impromptu. What's up? So we did see the Fifth Harmony banner.
Okay.
We did. They were going to be there, and they were going to be doing a meet and greet, but they were doing it the next day.
Oh, shit.
So what we did, though, all of us, and this is coming out now, I shouldn't be telling this secret. Nobody's going to care. But all of us who went on that trip decided to tell everybody else when we got back because we were pissed. We were so mad that they left us. So we decided to tell them that we went to Mall of America, we got to ride the roller coaster, and we got to see Fifth Harmony.
Because she's already practiced this. Yeah. She had already practiced this years and years ago.
Yeah.
And already had it set up with her friends. So that's why.
You want to know something really funny?
Job.
You know, the reason I asked you if you watch these episodes, because you'll know if you'd watched a lot of them, I bite on small stories. If it has no detail, I'll always go for that one. That's a compulsion of mine.
I was trying really, really hard. It definitely was. Yeah, could have been 4 even. Oh yeah.
It could have been 5. I was wanting to do some weird shit.
3 and a goat. Oh goodness.
So that's a true story, Betrothed.
Wow.
Yeah, no, for real. It wasn't like super extravagantly serious or anything like that. My mom wasn't like yeah, this is gonna happen. My dad wasn't like, yeah, this is gonna happen, but they were very much like, let's do play dates, let's keep them together, let's talk, let's be friends, stuff
See how
like that.
this progresses.
Yeah, and like I said, my dad passed, so we moved when he passed from pancreatic cancer. So when he got sick, we moved back to Denver. We moved in with my grandparents, and so I guess honestly, probably after that, we just kind of fell out, kind of thing. Yeah. Like I said, I was trying to come up with some stories for this, and I was trying really, really hard to mess with you guys because I know you 172 episodes.
Yeah.
You're crazy, yo. Like, I had to try.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. Like I said, she had already practiced.
Yeah.
So this has been rehearsed for years.
But listen,
and time.
I have never had an actual story. I've never had an actual, like, this is what we did. I came up with all of that within the last couple of days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm not pregnant. Also a true story.
Yo, so stressful. I am telling you, so when I say general theater, I don't know if you guys understand. Do you have kids in theater or choir or band even?
Our oldest did choir. He did choir. Yeah. And that was about the extent of it. But for the most part, our kids were sports.
I got you.
They were little jocks.
For sure. And I kind of, I dabbled in both. But when, like, theater there's so many caveats. There's so many little things. Everything has to line up a certain way. And we were interns. So we got room and board. We got a meal or two a day. And we didn't really get paid necessarily. Right. But it was experience, right? We were all running on fumes, man. Yeah. And she was pregnant the whole time. Wow. You guys don't understand, like, how... Oh, my God.
Well, and that's what I was thinking, too. The stress, pregnancy alone.
Right.
That could have put the kid in danger, too.
That's why I asked if she was living the pregnant life, like drinking and...
We all had a moment.
Yeah. It's like,
we all had a moment, bro. I'm telling you. But we all had a moment where it was just like, girl, you need to take care of yourself. Like, she had this dude that she was like seeing and not seeing, and sorry to spill all the tea, but like I said, I lived with her, so I lived with her. And I did not know that she was pregnant, and she was so adamant, but the two gayest people around us were like, that bitch is pregnant. Sorry. But like, girl, girdle and all. That bitch is pregnant. I lost my shit when Dr. Winnie, and you don't know Dr. Winnie very well. Yeah, at all. Sorry.
Don't tell me who I know who I don't know.
Never know. Yeah. I know a lot of motherfuckers.
I learned so much from him, and he was so inclusive, and he was so open and so welcoming and so warming, and so it was just really great. Like, I thought he was like kind of throwing shade at her. I was like, yo, she's just gaining some weight, yo, like she's not. And I could see her lifestyle. She wasn't pregnant, but she was pregnant. She had a whole ass baby.
Better half-ass baby.
I was thinking,
like, not even a half. And the whole time I'm directing this, give a moose a cookie. When you give a moose a muffin, and then little dude comes out, and I'm like, Juliet's in the hospital. She's having a baby. Dude, the 4 hamburgers. The 4 hamburgers. I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now. I know what happened. Like, it was. I've never experienced anything else like that.
Larry, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Stop. And she was. That was the other thing too. She was.
It was a rough one.
She was a bit bigger, and so it was believable that she had just like gained weight instead of.
But no Aunt Flo for a few months. Isn't that the tip off?
No, it's not. Right. So, hi men, how's it going? Welcome to the conversation about women and their reproductive selves.
Right.
Sometimes you can have a period the entire time you're pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes you can spot and bleed throughout some of it, throughout none of it. Sometimes there are women who have their period the entire time they're pregnant. They're bleeding the entire time. They're spotting, they're bleeding the entire time. So you, honestly and truly, it's very possible for you to mistake some gas or some indigestion for
You're definitely
for being pregnant.
You know what? Quit defending her. Okay,
Larry has gas all the time.
we're gonna. It's true. It's my diet.
Yeah.
We had a little more time, but before we go, I do want to ask you a question. So,
Yeah.
the performing arts, is that done, or is there still a path for you there?
Well, okay, I'll tell you a little story just because it's fun. I actually got scammed recently a little bit. There's this acting school that I've been in a little bit of a slump. I won't lie. I'm doing a lot of healing, and that's the buzzword, that's the thing, whatever. But I really am working on myself and trying to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to fucking be here to do, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason. And I'll kind of come back to my name in a second. But I kind of got roped into this lady. She was like, I will be there for you. I'll hold your hand through the whole thing. All you have to do is give me this amount of money for this time. And you know, it was $10K is the school. And then because I really want you, I'll bump it down to $5K so we can set you up real quick and we can get you in. And the $5K is, the deposit is $500. And at the time, I literally only had like $600 in my account. And then she was like, $250. I will do $250 to get you in, to at least get you half of that deposit, and then we'll decide the rest of the deposit later.
Right.
So she does that. She gives me the school in return. School. Turns out the school is not. It's a bunch of YouTube videos and other people's stuff that she's taken from other people, and she's wrapped it into this little bow as her own school. And I didn't feel cool about that. I didn't feel right about that. She said she had 15 years of experience being an acting coach and whatever, and it was just ridiculous. So, but here's the rub. In that 2 hours that we talked, I remembered and realized, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. I want to be an actor. I've been performing my whole life. Like, I can't help myself. And it's just in me. So I'm kind of coming back to that, and I'm really trying to figure out the best way to make that work for me and to make it, everybody, and I'm realizing this more and more, everybody in Hollywood and even on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, whatever, they are showing snippets of life. This is not real. They pay taxes, they shit, they piss, they brush their teeth, they blow their nose, they get sick, they have deaths in the family, they get in car crashes, like there's all sorts of things. I could be them. That's kind of what I said earlier, is I could be them tomorrow if I wanted to,
Yeah.
So but I honestly and truly, and part of the reason why I said, ceasefire Palestine, is because straight up and down, there are atrocities and there are things going on in this world that we get really, really distracted by when it comes to social media and fun podcasts, this is great. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Love this. This is so much fun. And I hope to come again, because
Absolutely.
Honestly, like, I was a little nervous, and I told my boyfriend that I was a little anxious before coming on, but honestly, this gives me an outlet too. So
awesome.
I just, affirmation and feeling good about it. So.
Two things. I've been around the stand-up comedy world a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a booker for a very long time. I did a little bit back in the day.
That's so cool.
I'll tell you, first of all, don't ever feel bad about being scammed. It's going to come for all of us one day.
Yeah.
We're going to fall for one, all of us, every day. Don't look at our nurse.
No. She just fell for one a couple.
You know what? Don't change
ago.
his diaper tonight. Is it okay? You let him sit in his own shit for talking to you like that, nurse.
Just 1 hour extra.
You know what? I've had someone I loved fall for a very big one recently, and it affected me, but that's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
They're getting smarter about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting smarter with these damn scams. Number two, it's tough for the performing arts of anything, because people are very predatory to performing artists, because there's so much talent out there, right? So to get your foot in the door somewhere, Phoebe, is an act of God at times, right?
Yeah. No, that's literally all it is.
I mean, you're having to. So when you're auditioning or whatever, you're basically relying on somebody else's opinion of what you're doing. Right? That makes it tough. Comedians are tough because they're relying on if you think they're funny or not. I've had people come through our rooms that are badasses. I mean, to where I'm like, how are you not famous? Like, how are you performing in Brush, Colorado?
Right.
Because they just haven't had the right opportunity. Given the right opportunity, I have listed like 5 comics that I think would be world famous,
right?
Given the chance,
Right.
But I think that's cool. You still have that dream. Don't ever leave it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's something that's a gift, and it's something you love and enjoy. Everything
Well,
else is cream
and
cheese, man.
that's the whole thing too, right? I have been re-listening to people, and One Love came out recently. Have you guys seen the Bob Marley movie? Yes. Oh my gosh,
So good.
tears. And my whole life.
Who's Bob Marley?
God. Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. Let's
Okay.
calm down.
Okay.
Nurse,
Calm
get
down.
her shot.
Yeah, help. House of Hulk out. Oh my God. Did I just... Why is it hot? Oh my God. What's wrong with you?
Might be a fart. You might be pregnant.
Could be 2 of these, you know. No, but I just... if you've seen it, and you've seen it, you know, you find out that I'm not going to spoil anything. He ends up forgiving somebody in his life that did something so wrong and affected his life in such a way. And instead of, you know, taking him to court or doing something crazy, he said, I. He said, I love you, you love me, I am you and you are me and we are one.
Right.
And he saved an entire country.
Yeah.
This dude was not like some reggae music. He was not just doing this for just shits and giggles. He was doing this for a purpose.
Yeah.
And I think that the reason why he became so big and the reason why everybody adored him is because of the message.
Yeah.
He, you know, there are things you saw the movie where he was livid when people around him were money grubbing and going after things that were not the focus. It was the music, it was the people, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, especially getting older and living life and being through what I've been through and understanding the people, Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, Nas, you know, like all of these people who have just been pinnacles, you know. Even Will Smith, man, you know.
You're forgetting a huge one in the rap world.
Am I?
Tupac, man.
Oh shit, Biggie, Tupac. Hey, hi, how you doing? Hey, hi.
Tupac's story was his message was legit.
100%.
Oh yeah.
100%. You're right. But anyway, the whole point is I'm trying really hard to make sure that I'm not chasing after the wrong things.
Right.
You know.
Good for you.
But you don't know unless you try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But this has been it's been a fun one. It
has been.
You know,
It has been.
Heck yeah.
I guess the co-pilot did okay this time, right?
Oh my goodness, co-pilot, good job, good job,
Hey,
good job, man, good job.
She was pointing at you. She almost thought I was.
Oh no! I was like, good job on picking him. Good job.
you had a
did
good time though, Phoebe.
I definitely did. Yeah, this was dope.
You'd come
for
back
sure.
and do this.
Never.
Never
Maybe one more time.
get out.
In fact, I tried to leave earlier. You
It's-
said I was dead to you. for pumping.
Too much pumping ass.
3 pumping.
The reason I asked at the very end, is a lot of people want to try this, but I think they get anxious and nervous, and
Right.
you know, if you just come and try it, you'll have a good time.
And
man.
you know, if I can do it, if he can do it.
Wow. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I'm just kidding. No, but come do it. It's fun. And you know, if you
Hey.
haven't, if you're looking for an outlet, just something fun to do, something to try. You've never been on camera, do it.
Get the nurse on.
I'm gonna try to get the nurse on.
Get the nurse on.
I'm gonna get
She
her- I'm gonna
probably has so
soften
many
her up.
stories. I pulled this out of.
All right, Phoebe Muldrow, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Jerry
Yes, thank you.
Cage, thanks for coming on, brother.
Man, I had a great time.
Yeah, you'll be back, man. You'll be back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right.
You're like
He knows I'm
Larry's
bullshitting.
like,
He knows I'm bullshitting him.
He's just saying it for Phil.
Anyway, I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Jerry Cage.
We'll catch you next time. Peace.